Fellow Rainmakers, welcome in. This is going to be our second stream of the night, or it's going to be our third and fourth breaks of the night. We are ripping packs of UFC Rainmakers, and we're running hit drafts, okay? For those of you that don't know what a hit draft is, all right, we're going to have a lot of fun. We've got 40 cards per break, all right? We're ripping 6 Genesis Premium packs and 2 Genesis Standard packs. Earlier tonight, we ripped 2 Genesis Premiums and 6 Genesis Standards. Tonight, we flip it around, 6 Premium and 2 Standard. This is a big boy and a big girl break. So thank you guys all for the support. Thank you guys all for being here. We're going to hopefully pull some huge Reignmaker UFC cards. As for your spots, each of you in the break purchased a ticket. There are 10 total tickets per break. Each ticket is representative of your spot in the hit draft. Each ticket has an edition number. Why is that relevant? Well, the edition number is going to tell you exactly what order you are drafting in. In other words, edition 1 is first pick. Edition 5 is 5th pick. Edition 10 is 10th pick. But hold the phone. We are running a snake draft. So first pick, yes, you pick first. But 10th pick, you pick back to back. So we go 1 through 10, and then 10 comes back around all the way back to 1. All right. So each spot has its own value. Each spot has its own reasons on why you should want it. At 10, you're getting back-to-back picks in the middle of the draft. At 1, you're picking what you believe to be maybe the most valuable card or the most usable card. Regardless, we're going to have some fun tonight. And hopefully, we're going to pull our first Reignmaker edition card because we did not pull one earlier today in either of our premium packs, okay? So with that said, I do want to just recap what we're getting into here. We're going to go pack by pack. We're going to open all the cards, and then the team on the back end, our Marketplace and Discord team, is going to be feeding you guys a list, both in Discord and here on screen, of the cards that have been pulled. I am going to help walk you through the draft order. I am going to be announcing folks' picks. We're going to help keep everybody in line with what's been taken and what's available. So don't worry. As we go through the cards here, we're going to move fairly quickly. But as the cards come out, they will be added to a list. So you will not lose track. You're not going to get confused. We're going to help you along the way. With that said, team, let's crack into it. This is a 2023 Genesis Standard Pack. And then, of course, we're going to move into our premium pack. So let's go pack one, folks. Let's see what we got. All right, we've got 5 core cards to start. We're going to move from right to left. Nascimento, a Rachmanov. We've got an Albazi, a Pennington, and we have another Pennington, back-to-back Penningtons. Hopefully there's some Pennington fans in the room. Second pack. Here we go. We are going. We do have a rare in this pack. 4 cores in a rare from right to left. Koshe. We have a Pfeiffer. We have a Nurmagomedov. We have a Craig. And our rare is going to be Misha Tate. Okay, we'll take a Misha Tate rare all day. Moving on to pack 3. Stick with me, folks. We are in our first premium pack. Let's hope for something big. A legendary and 4 rare. Let's hit it. From the right, our first rare is a Selmsberger, a Pantoja. Okay. We will take a Roundtree Jr. All right. Chikadze Giga. We'll take a Giga all day. And a legendary Nicolau. Okay, Matthew Nicolau. Our next premium pack, guys. Stick with me. We're moving quick. I like this. I like this. Our first rare to the right. Bassarat. Michael Chandler rare. Very nice. Big name. Josh Emmett. Another nice rare card there. Jan Vlahovic. Very nice. And our legendary one time. All right. Duplessis. We'll take a Duplessis. We got to pull something big, guys. We got to heat up. Get with me. Everybody get with me. Okay, here we go. 4 elites. We'll take 4 elites. I'll take 4 elites. Avila, Kowalkiewicz, Kianzad. Okay, come on, one time. Rosenstrike, Jair Rosenstrike. Let's go. Finally, a Cortez. All right, we've got a Cortez. So an elite Cortez and an elite Rosenstrike. I'll take it. Here we go. Let's see it. Show me some magic. Show me some magic. Legendary, 2 elites, and 2 are rare. Okay. Brandon Royval, nice. Carla Esparza, nice. St. Dennis, an elite. Neil, okay, very nice. And finally, Gutierrez. Okay, we'll take a Gutierrez. One more, guys. Or no, not one more. Here we go. Legendary, 2 elites, and 2 rares. I really want a Reignmaker. We got to pull a Reignmaker tonight. Tom Aspinall. Ismagulov. We have an elite Hernandez. An elite Johnny Walker. Come on. Watterson. Okay. Michelle Watterson. All right, guys. Final pack. We need to hold. We need to just kind of see. Let's get some mojo going here, folks. We need to get some mojo going here. Okay? Let it bake. Let it bake. Here we go. All right. We'll take the Reignmaker. Let's go. We'll take the Reignmaker. We'll take the Reignmaker, guys. We'll take the Reignmaker, guys. Macy Barber. We'll take the Reignmaker, guys. Jonathan Pierce. We've got a rare. Yusuf. An elite. Jandriova. One time for the one time. All right. Arika Lang. I'll take an Arika Lang. We'll take an Arika Lang. There is your Reignmaker. Arika Lang Reignmaker. Okay. That's the break. I'm sweating a little bit. I got excited. Hopefully you guys did too. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to spend a couple minutes with you guys talking through what we just hit, what's available. I also want to talk through a couple of the weight classes and give you guys an idea of maybe some of the players that you should be targeting or looking for or trying to collect or keeping an eye out in these pack breaks. Again, tonight, we are running, this is break 1 of the second stream, and then we'll have another break coming up right after this. Again, as you just saw, 6 premium packs and 2 standard packs, okay? Worth noting, the upcoming UFC fight night is headlined by Derek Lewis and Sergey Spivak. So as you guys can imagine, these cards, as you use them in UFC events, you want to keep an eye out for who's coming up, who's on the upcoming card, who you should be targeting, what fighter cards you need to be able to participate in those prize pools. So Derek Lewis and Spivak. Derek Lewis, the number 7 heavyweight in the world. And he is currently coming in. Why I think this fight is interesting. He's coming in on a two fight losing streak. Obviously a big name. He's got the all-time knockout record in the UFC. The Derek Lewis name is practically a household name in UFC. And in comes Sergey Spivak, the number 12th ranked heavyweight, who isn't as much of a household name, but he's coming off a two-fight winning streak. So you've got big name, maybe kind of swindling a little bit right now, and you've got a lesser name coming up and who's really kind of on fire right now. What's going to happen in this fight? I don't know. Derek Lewis can obviously pack a punch. So that's going to be an interesting matchup coming up in the UFC fight night. The co-main event of that event is going to be light heavyweight Daewoo Jung and Devin Clark. Jung's first defeat came of his UFC career. They're both coming off losses. Jung is 15-3-1, but unranked at the moment, and Clark at 13-7. So those are really the two top fights of the night, the main event and the co-main event. And then maybe one of my favorite nicknames, I said this earlier, in all of UFC is Doo-Ho Choi, the Korean Superboy. So Doo-Ho Choi taking on Kyle Nelson in the featherweight division. And Doo-Ho Choi is returning to the octagon for the first time in over 3 years. So that's worth noting as well. Okay. Again, folks, the cards we pulled, the cards we have, are the cards that we're going to run through in our draft. Our team will pull up a very easy to read, a very easy to follow spreadsheet on the screen. Do not worry if you lost track of what cards were pulled and what cards you're going to want. But we are tracking everything. The team is loading that into a spreadsheet, and that will come up on the screen momentarily. Really quickly, I do want to walk you guys through each weight class's belt holders, right? Not only do I want to walk you through the belt holders, but then through the draft, I'll probably be touching on each weight class and some of the fighters that you should be keeping an eye out for. Why is that important? Well, the UFC obviously is a sport that not as many people are following closely. I know some of you may be, and some of you maybe say, yeah, duh, no kidding. Irene Aldana is a great fighter. But not everybody knows that, so we want to start to educate some folks on the UFC and get some people really into what is such an amazing sport for this UFC Reignmakers season. On that note, okay, let's start with women's strawweight. Zhang Wei Li, who is current belt holder in the women's strawweight division, an absolute freight train. She is unstoppable. She is as scary as it looks in the ring. Moving on to the flyweight division, you've got Valentina Shevchenko, who is your current belt holder, one of the most dominant fighters in women's UFC. And she's competing in multiple weight classes as we speak. Also on the bantamweight side, another fighter, a legendary fighter competing at 2 weight classes, Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is not only the bantamweight belt holder, she is the featherweight belt holder as well. So currently holding 2 belts, one of the greatest to ever do it. Amanda Nunes, bantamweight and featherweight champion. Moving on to the flyweight men's champion, Brandon Moreno. Just a really physical and really impressive fighter in that flyweight division. Somebody that's very easy to root for, but pretty polarizing at the same time. And then on the bantamweight side, you have Aljamain Sterling, who is your current bantamweight champion. Your featherweight champion, of course, Alexander Volkanovski. One of the hardest fighters to, I say, predict. Just an absolute animal in the octagon. And then lightweight, arguably, I think the scariest human being in the UFC is Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev is your lightweight champion currently in a weight class that is chock full of scary dudes. Welterweight, Leon Edwards, who is in a weight class with some other really just impressive names as well that we'll get to in a little bit. Your middleweight champion, Alex Pereira, who just fought Stylebender, Izzy Adesanya, who I'm sure a lot of you potentially watched. It was a crazy fight, overcame huge odds. Izzy was a big favorite in that fight, and Pereira just brought it to him. Light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill, who just recently fought Glover Teixeira, effectively leaving Glover Teixeira to retire. And then we currently have no champion in the heavyweight division. Okay, so we do have 2 big heavyweights going at it in this upcoming UFC fight night. I'm not saying Derek Lewis is going to be coming for a belt anytime soon, but folks like Cyril Gaines, Stipe, Curtis Blades, they could be soon. So that's a breakdown of who we have going across the sport. Who are your belt holders across the sport? Again, a recap on what's about to take place. Our team is going to populate a list of all the cards that were just pulled. I am then going to walk you through a draft, almost as if I'm coming on stage for the football draft, and we're going to pick card after card after card in order of your ticket edition. Again, if you have ticket number 2, you have the 2nd pick. If you have ticket number 7, you have the 7th pick. And we will work our way through the draft down and back in a snake style format. As we pull players, as you choose players, we will add additional context in. I will help keep you guys on track and keep you moving, but a lot to get to. A couple of other housekeeping items, okay? For those of you guys that are not just opening packs, not just buying packs, not just opening cards and selling them on the secondary market. If you are collecting cards, building a portfolio, and participating in weekly UFC Reignmakers action, you are going to, by nature, be building your franchise score. Why is that important? For those of you that are into Reignmakers football, you might know how important your franchise score is. There's going to be $4 million in franchise score prizing available this UFC Reignmakers season. $4 million on the table just for collecting Reignmakers UFC cards, just for opening Reignmakers UFC packs, just for purchasing on the secondary market and building your collection. So all things considered, there's a lot of money to go around just for participating and being part of the Reignmakers UFC ecosystem. If that's not just reason enough to build a collection, I don't know what is. I know I'm going to be building my collection. I already have my UFC Reignmaker cards that I've been opening packs with, but I am going to be continuing to build up my collection. I'm jealous of you folks in the break tonight. There's a lot of value in these packs. And when I say value, these premium packs are sold out. Completely sold out. Cannot buy them, cannot find them, only in these breaks. So they are very scarce, very difficult, and they're the only packs that house Reignmaker cards and legendary cards. Okay? It's the only way you can get Reignmaker and legendary cards via pack opening or with these premium packs. All right? Let me do a quick time check with my team on the back end. Daylight Cat and crew, where are we at with the list? Are we close? Bringing up the sheet now. Let's go. Love it. And then we will call out draft pick order. I will let you know who the first pick is, the second pick, and who's on the clock. Looks like we're ready to rock. Yes, we are. Let's go. This list is completely shifted to the left. The first breaks had so many more core cards. This is awesome to see so many cards in the rare, elite, legendary, and Reignmaker side of things. On that note, let's call out who our first overall pick is. First pick is going to be Hoff 84. Hoff 84 in our first ever UFC Reignmakers Hit Draft Premium Edition. Hoff 84 is on the clock. Hoff, it is your pick, my friend. Good luck. I have a feeling what's being taken, but who knows? I just have a feeling. And Hoff is going Reignmaker. Aoriki Lang. Aoriki Lang is going to Hoff 84. Aoriki Lang is of the Challengers Edition. Second pick is on the clock. Emrad 0815. Emrad 0815 is our second pick. On the clock. Guys, and again, let me just call this out. We're not guaranteeing that everybody in the hit draft is going to be live in Discord. Everybody has lives. Everybody has things come up. So we do have a criteria that will help us decide auto picks. Number one, there will be a shot clock. Okay, you will have a certain amount of time to get your picks off. if you do not get your pick off in time, we start in order. First criteria, highest tier left on the board, okay? If we can't use that as a differentiator, we will move to edition tier, starting with the champion edition, moving all the way down to contender. If that is not a differentiator for what's left on the board, we will then move to the edition number, starting with the lowest serial number, moving up to the highest serial number. And then finally, if we can't differentiate between that, we will have an alphabetical call off, and we will go last name, starting with A first, working down to Z. Okay? Second pick is off the board. Second pick, Emrad 0815, is going with the legendary Dricus Duplessis. 3, serial number 3. Third pick, back-to-back, Emrad 0815 is taking down another legendary, and it's the Mathis Nicolau, serial number 9. Then we move to pick 4, Baldwin Rye, who is back from earlier today's break. Baldwin Rye is taking the legendary Chris Gutierrez, serial number 8. And then we move to Jay Newfield. Jay Newfield is snagging the legendary Michelle Watterson, serial number 9. We come back to Hoff 84 for back-to-back picks, 6 and 7. Hoff 84 is taking the elite Jeff Neal, serial number 12. And Hoff is taking his next pick, taking a little bit more time to think about it. There it is, the elite Benoit St. Denis, serial number 3. 8th overall pick is on the clock. Jay in Kansas, 75. Guys, this is high-paced. Oh, my God. The team, the marketplace team and the Discord team is scrambling to support, but I know they're happy. This is moving nicely. Okay, here we go. Jay in Kansas, 8th overall pick. Elite Jaya Rosenstrike, serial number 38. Very nice. Very nice. Number 8, Elite Jaya Rosenstrike, serial number 38. Pick number 9 is officially on the clock. DN Walker, number 1. DN Walker 1, pick 9 on the clock. Guys are moving so fast. I can't talk about any of the things I want to talk about, which I think is a good thing. That's a great thing. I can't speak. Just picks, pick after pick. DN Walker 1, our first auto pick of the night. DN Walker 1 coming in at auto pick. Elite Johnny Walker, serial number 23. Elite Johnny Walker, Daylight Cat. Yes, I agree. Let's pour one out. The elite Johnny Walker. Little Johnny Walker for the homies, you know, I'm just saying. All right, pick 10. Libby 10 is back for another round of hit drafts. Libby 10, good to see you again. Pick number 10 on the clock. Libby 10. What's it going to be? Libby 10. I like the Johnny Walker pick. There you go. Elite Verna Jandiroba. Libby 10. Elite Verna Jandiroba. Ranked serial number 38. And then back-to-back as we make the turn in the snake draft. Libby 10 coming back with pick 11 after picking the Elite Verna Jandiroba. Excuse me, Jandiroba. My bad. We come back with the Elite Tracy Cortez, serial number 40. Tracy Cortez, serial number 40. And here we go back to DN Walker 1, who was on auto pick last round, assuming we'll be back with another auto pick here. DN Walker 1. As I assumed, auto pick on the Elite Pani Kianzad. Serial number 41, Jay in Kansas 75 is back with pick 13. We are cruising. Daylight Cat and I are just air high-fiving right now. We are cruising, folks. Here we go. Elite Carlos Hernandez, serial number 12, going to Jay in Kansas. Very nice. Pick 14, Hoff 84 back in for some more action. Here we go. Hoff 84. And guys, I do want to touch on this heavyweight division. But before I do, Hoff 84 is in. The pick is in. Elite Carolina. Kowalkiewicz. Serial number 12. Carolina. Kowalkiewicz. Hoff 84. Back-to-back. Pick 15 coming in hot. A rare Josh Emmett. Serial numbered 89 is Hoff 84's 15th pick. Josh Emmett. Rare off the board, and we move to pick 16, Jay Newfield. Jay Newfield is pick 16. You are on the clock, my friend. Looking at this heavyweight division, those of you in Discord that are following along here, what do you guys got for a favorite heavyweight here? We got, guys that I'm eyeing: Cyril Gane, Stipe Miocic, Curtis Blades, John Bones Jones, Tai Tuivasa, Tom Aspinall, Jair Rosenstrike, obviously, who we've seen tonight. I wonder who you guys think is going to be the next champion in that heavyweight division. All right, Jay Newfield's pick is in. The pick is in. Spot 16, rare Matthew Semmelsberger, serial number 1. Nice serial number on that card. Very nice. Tells me it's probably part of the reason that Newfield went that deep. I like it. Baldwin Rye back on the clock, spot 17. We are approaching the halfway mark, guys. Incredible. Incredible. Yep, Baldwin Rye. The pick is in. Rare Damir Ismagulov, serial number 18. Serial number 18, the Damir Ismagulov. Very nice pick on that rare Ismagulov. MRAD 0815 in the 18 slot. MRAD 0815 coming in at the 18 slot. What is it going to be, MRAD? Hopefully you guys are loving this hit draft format. This is something that I frequent and that we offer a lot of times on the physical sports card and trading card world. But it fits perfectly with this Reignmaker product and Reignmaker platform. All right, MRAD 0815. Pick 18 is in, and it is a rare Farid Basharat. Serial number 15. Very nice. And then MRAD back at it, spot 19. Back-to-back picks. MRAD 0815 is taking the rare Alexandre Pantoja. Serial number 1, 2, 3. Like that, Pantoja. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Spot 20, guys. We're at the halfway mark. Unbelievable. Hoff 84. Here we go. Hoff 84 at spot 20. The pick is in. The rare Macy Barber. Serial number 156. Rare Macy Barber, 156. Hoff 84 back-to-back here. Spot 21 belonging to Hoff. What do we got? Spot 21 belongs to Hoff 84. Just grabbed the rare Macy Barber. I wonder if we'll see any core go off the board before we see all the rares sold. That's what I'm curious of. All right, 21. Hoff 84 is grabbing the rare Michael Chandler. Serial number 125. Love that. Love that. Coming back to MRAD 0815. MRAD's last pick was the Alexandre Pantoja. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve now. All right, we'll take it. Rare Carla Esparza, serial number 64. MRAD with the rare Carla Esparza, serial number 64. And MRAD is back. Pick 23, MRAD 0815. Back to back. All right, rare Jan Blachowicz, serial number 93. And we go on to spot 24, owned by Baldwin Rye. Baldwin Rye in serial spot 24. Not serial spot, but draft spot 24, excuse me. God, guys, that welterweight division, my goodness. All right, Baldwin Rye, spot 24, is taking the rare Khalil Roundtree, serial number 167. We move on to spot 25, Jay Newfield. Calling Jay Newfield, you are on the clock. Yeah, that welterweight division with Usman, Covington, Khamzat, Gilbert Burns, Rakhmonov, my goodness. Wow. That middleweight division, too, with Pereira and Izzy. You also have Paulo Costa, Khamzat. That's a crazy division as well. All right, Newfield, 25. Jay Newfield is grabbing the rare Giga Chikadze, serial number 54. The Giga Chikadze is going to Jay Newfield. We move on to spot 26, Hoff 84, back in for some more action. Let's go, brother or sister. Hoff 84. Boom. Sadiq Yusuf, serial number 100. Rare Sadiq Yusuf. Hoff 84 back in slot 27. Hoff's name all over this break. Love it. And we're taking the rare Tom Aspinall. Serial number 56. Hoff taking the rare Tom Aspinall. Serial number 56. Pick 28 on the board. Jay in Kansas, 75 is back. Jay in Kansas taking the rare Misha Tate, serial number 127. And we move on to slot 29, D.N. Walker 1. D.N. Walker 1. Slot 29. D.N. Walker 1. Guys, quick update. Just a quick heads up. Tomorrow, for those of you that are Reignmaker football fans, we do have an auto pick coming up for D.N. Walker 1. But for those of you that are Reignmakers football fans, tomorrow in Discord from 4 to 4:30 Eastern time, Jamal Williams of the Detroit Lions is going to be hanging out, talking football, talking Reignmakers football, talking his love of nerd culture. He's actually a Pokemon collector, which I love, being a card enthusiast, both sports and TCG. So make sure you tune in. He is obviously incredibly talented. He's had an incredible season. He's broken Barry Sanders' franchise record for most touchdowns in a single season on the Lions. Incredible. So that'll be a fun conversation for those of you that are not just Reignmakers fans, but football fans or sports fans in general. Jamal Williams tomorrow from 4 to 4:30 Eastern time this Friday on Discord. Unbelievable. All right, D.N. Walker 1, auto pick is in. Spot 29 is the Brandon Royval rare. We move on to spot 30. Libby 10 is taking the rare Julia Avila. Serial number 86. We continue with Libby 10 at serial number 31. Spot 31. Libby 10 back-to-back here. We have one rare card on the board. Then we move into our course. We did not, or have not yet, I should say, seen a core go before a rare. There you go. There answers my question. We've got core Shavat Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov from the welterweight division, serial number 590. And we move back to D.N. Walker, who was auto-drafted last pick. I have a feeling we're going to see our last rare off the board here, folks. That's funny. Jamal Williams got traded from Green Bay. Obviously, he spent quite some time in Green Bay, and in week 18, the Lions knocked Green Bay off, and he was a huge part of that game, crushing their playoff hopes. So that is going to be a cool conversation. I'll definitely be tuning in for that tomorrow. Here we go. We have Deanne Walker at spot 32. We did get an auto pick here. Deanne Walker will take the rare Pierce, the rare Jonathan Pierce, and then we move on to spot 33, Jay in Kansas, who is going to take the core Amir Albazi, serial number 48. And we're coming back around to Hoff 84. Hoff 84 back up. Hoff 84 takes the core Saeed Nurmagomedov, serial number 340, and we're back to back with Hoff 84 again. Coming up on the final stretch here, folks. Thank you guys so much for being engaged in Discord and getting your picks in. It's super, super helpful. Makes this go by a lot more smoothly. And I know the whole team is super appreciative of that. Here we go. Hoff 84 at spot 35 takes the core Orion Cochet, serial number 22. Jay Newfield in slot 36 is on the clock. Core Joe Pfeiffer. Core Joe Pfeiffer, Contender Series, serial number 61. Baldwin Rye coming up here with his final pick. Baldwin Rye takes the core Raquel Pennington, serial number 30. We move on to MRAD 0815. Three cards left on the table, guys. Here we go. MRAD is going to take the core Raquel Pennington, serial number 720. And then MRAD comes back. Excuse me, pause. There is two Raquel Penningtons there, different serial numbers. Daylight Cat, let me know if that is what you see or if you see something else. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we are good. No false alarm. 38 is the core Raquel Pennington, serial number 720. Thank you very much. 39, MRAD 0815 comes back. We are on 39, MRAD 0815. $39, MRAD 0815. 39 and 40 coming up, and we are through the first break. $39 needs to pick MRAD 39. Yes, spot 38 is confirmed. 39 is up. MRAD was back-to-back, I believe. 38, MRAD 0815. 39, MRAD 0815. The core Alan Nascimento, serial number 76, is going to the 39 spot. And the final pick remains for Hoff 84. We go with the core Paul Craig. Guys, that is our hit draft. That is our break in record timing, might I say. Thank you guys for being so engaged again. Hopefully you guys found that enjoyable. That is a hit draft format. We are coming right back here, back-to-back, running it right back for another hit draft. Same format, same pack breakdown. Let's get into it. Are we good to go, team? Are we good to flip the script and go right into the next break? Everybody good with that? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. First pack, our first standard pack. This is the second break of our second stream, guys. This will be the final break of the night. We do have an elite and a rare in this standard pack. That's a great pull. Josh Emmett will take. Raquel Pennington we will take. Glover Teixeira will take. Chad Curtis. Oh, we'll take a Curtis. Okay. And then finally, our elite out of a standard pack, Ogden. Okay. Moving on to pack 2. We're going to keep it moving here, folks. 5 cores, moving from right to left. Ziam, Basharat, Holly Holm, Namajunas, very nice. That's our first Thug Rose of the night, and a Jamal Hill. So our first Rose, Namajunas. Here we go. It's premium time, folks. It's premium time. Our first legendary of the break. 4 rares and a legendary. Let's see what we got. Rosa, Song Yadong, Perez. We have an Imavov, very nice, and Clark. Okay, we'll take a Clark legendary. Up next, folks. 2 legendaries, an elite, and 2 rare. Nice. Wow, nice rare Ngannou. Our first Francis Ngannou of the night. Cruz, we have an elite. Ankalaev, very nice. A Matthews and a legendary. Very nice. Hill. Very nice Hill. Again, folks, don't worry if you're losing track of what we're pulling here. We are going to have the list up for you. Vieira, Oezdemir, Jorge Masvidal. Nice card there, that rare Masvidal. Nice Sugar Sean O'Malley rare. We have the elite Vera. Very nice. 3 packs left, folks. Legendary elite and 3 rare. Moving from the right, first rare, Hermanson. Rakic. Oezdemir, our second Oezdemir of the day. Pedro and our legendary, 1 time, folks. 1 time. Misha Tate, very nice. Five rares. 5 rares. Pogues. Aspinall. Give me a big name at least. Give me big names at least. Muderji, excuse me. John Droba. Okay, we'll take the Ankalaev. Final pack. Reignmaker me. Reignmaker me. Reignmaker me. Two legendary. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Come on. Algeo. Macy Barber. Okay. Elite. Pereira. Pereira Elite is huge. That is an awesome card. Murphy. And huge hit. Huge hit. Let's go. Legendary Francis Ngannou monster pull. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. What a pack. Legendary Ngannou and a elite Pereira. Let's high five everybody. First picks high five and second picks high five and third picks even high fiving. And a lot of value spread without. We had some big names. We had rare Sean O'Malley's. I'll look at the list in a second, but what a finish. My goodness. Whoo. Whew. Unbelievable. Okay. So you guys have been around probably since the start, but I am going to repeat some stuff. So apologies if any of this is redundant, but we do have folks that are joining in real time. So I do want to kind of recover what we've discussed so far. So first off, that was our second pack break of the night, our last pack break of the night. Earlier on at 3 p.m. Eastern, we went through pack break 1, which was 2 Genesis premiums and 6 Genesis standards. Whereas now we are going through our second round of pack breaks, number 3 and number 4. And these are 6 premium packs and 2 standard packs. So a much more expensive break with hopefully some bigger cards, which it looks like that's the case. You will see the list compared to earlier. They will skew much more towards legendary, elite, rare versus core. With that said, the set in total of Genesis includes 426 total fighters, right? And each fighter falls into an addition tier, okay? So according to the below criteria, which I'll break down in a minute, everybody other than Conor McGregor and John Jones fall into tiers that kind of align with who they are. McGregor and Jones, for obvious reasons, being superstars and, unique statuses, fall into the challengers tier. Okay. So your champion tier are current belt holders. That's why I went through that list of current belt holders for you in each weight class. That is your champion tier. Your headliner tier are people that are ranked number 1 to 2 in their respective weight classes. Okay, so you're either the number 1 ranked welterweight or the number 2 ranked welterweight and vice versa. Those are your headliners. Ranked tier are going to be fighters ranked number 3 through 15 in their respective weight classes. Challengers are going to be those fighters that have won at least one fight in 2022. Contender Series edition are going to be those fighters that have earned a UFC contract in season 6 of Uncle Dana's Contender Series. So Dana White's Contender Series, any of the folks that have earned a UFC contract in that series in season 6 will be your Contender Series levels. And all of this is calculated based on a snapshot by UFC as of the final pay-per-view event of 2022. Okay? Gotcha? Everybody cool with that? Great. Not like I can hear your questions anyways. Really quickly, guys, as it is important to know what the upcoming events are, of course, the only events that you can participate in competitions for are what are on the slate. So the upcoming or the closest UFC event is the Fight Night coming up, headlined by Derek Lewis and Sergey Spivak. Lewis and Spivak both heavyweights. Lewis, the number 7th ranked heavyweight in the world. Spivak, the number 12th ranked heavyweight in the field. A lot of you will know Derek Lewis's name. Some of you may not know Spivak's name. Derek Lewis, big name, big fighter, knockout record holder on a two-fight losing streak. Okay. Spivak, on the other hand, two-fight winning streak. Okay. This is his first main event, but he has never lost a decision and loves to maintain control of these fights. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup between Derek Lewis and Spivak. You've got the big name and the pedigree in Lewis and the up-and-coming hunger of Spivak. I think that's a very interesting fight to watch. Now, the co-main event is a light heavyweight bout between Daewoo Young and Devin Clark. Both the fighters are coming off losses there, so you can expect both fighters to be hungry for a victory. Young's just took his first defeat of his UFC career. He's 15-3-1 now, but unranked, completely unranked, and Clark is 13-7. Okay. Other fights worth noting: Blagoy Ivanov and Marcin Tybura in the heavyweight class. Ivanov is returning from a 2-year layoff, and Tybura has won 6 of the last 7 fights, so including an upset over previously undefeated Alexander Romanov. So Tybura is an impressive fighter. He knocked off Romanov at UFC 278, so keep an eye on that matchup. Doo-Ho Choi is taking on Kyle Nelson in the featherweight division. Doo-Ho Choi, otherwise known as the Korean Superboy, returns to the octagon for the first time in over 3 years. Okay, so he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He is injury prone, but he's taking on Nelson, who's 1-4 in his UFC career. So it might be an opportunity to bounce back for him. Yusaku Kinoshita and Adam Fugit take on each other in the welterweight class. Yusaku is one of Dana White's Contender Series signees. This will be his UFC debut, but he is 6-1 in MMA. And this is the first fighter in Japan or from Japan to earn a contract offer. And Fugit is 8-3 in MMA, 0-1 in UFC, and he's looking for his first victory in the UFC. This is his second fight ever in the league. Okay. Additionally, we talked about this earlier, guys. Those cards you just opened, the packs that you just opened, the cards that are going to be moved into your accounts, those are going to directly impact your franchise score. Okay. I'm going to keep drilling this into you guys every time we get together. Franchise score. $4 million in prizes available this year. Okay. $4 million available in prizes. You build your collection, you build your franchise score, you qualify for competition. Okay. Here's our list. Our team is ready. Our hit draft is ready to begin. Our first pick in this hit draft goes to Coach S111. Pick 1, you are on the clock. Coach S111, you are on the clock. Here we go. Coach S111. First pick, legendary Jake Matthews. The legendary Jake Matthews. Great card. Serial number 1. No big deal. Second pick, back to back. Coach S111 taking the elite Marlon Vera. Serial number 33. Very nice. However, Coach S111 comes back with the third pick. Back to back to back. And he is snagging the elite Alex Pereira, serial number 20. Pick 1, Jake Matthews, legendary. Pick 2, elite Marlon Vera. Pick 3, elite Alex Pereira. Wow. Back to back to back. Pick 4 on the clock. Skomasarov is on the clock with pick 4, and we've got big names on the board. Let's go. Auto pick coming in for Skomasarov. Legendary Francis Ngannou in the 4 slot. Woo! Legendary Francis Ngannou in the 4 slot. Congrats to Skomasarov. Congrats to Coach S111 with the elite 3 picks that he made. Viceroy Ron up at 5. 5th pick on the clock. Viceroy Ron, you are up, my friend. Viceroy Ron, you are up. And Viceroy Ron's pick is in, the elite Magomed Ankalaev. Serial number 6. Yoshi FL is up next with the 6th slot. Yoshi FL, and the pick is already in. Yoshi FL is right there on the keyboard. I love it. I love it. We've got legendary Devin Clark off the board to Yoshi FL, serial number 2. We move on to spot 7. Baldwin Rye is on the clock. And Baldwin Rye is in. Elite Tyson Pedro, serial number 10. Very nice. Pick 8. Welty Seth. Pick 8, Welty Seth. Welty Seth is on the board. There's a great mix of names in this break. Now that I'm looking at this list, I mean, my goodness. Awesome names. Bunch of headliners, a couple champions. Welty Seth's pick is in. It is a legendary Angela Hill, serial number 8. We move on to Kish Mish, 77. Kish Mish, 77. Spot 9 going to Kish Mish, 77. Pick is in. We're going with the legendary Miesha Tate in the 9 slot. Unbelievable. Great pick. Great card. Congrats. We move on to spot 10. RVN CLW 88. I'm going to count that as Ravenclaw 88, but we're not going to assume. RVN CLW 88. RVN CLW 88. You are up, and you have the 10th pick and the 11th pick. We're going auto pick on both. Back to back. Here they come. First pick, the 10th pick for RVN CLW 88 is the legendary Lauren Murphy. Second pick for the 11th slot is going to be the elite Trey Ogden. So legendary Murphy and elite Ogden off the board. We move on to pick 12, Kish Mish back. Kish Mish is back after the legendary Miesha Tate pick. I believe we have moved through all legendary and elite cards so far. We have rares left, and goodness, there are some big names in the rare space. All right, here we go. Kishmish, pick is in. Pick 12 is the rare Tom Aspinall. Serial number 87. Very nice. Welty Seth comes in at 13. Welty Seth is up with the 13th pick. Very nice. Welty Seth grabbing himself the rare Sean O'Malley. Serial number 117. Sugar Sean O'Malley. And we move on to spot 14, Baldwin Rye. And Baldwin Rye's pick is in the rare Nasruddin Imavov or Imavov. Serial number 10. Very nice. Moving to 15, Yoshi FL. Yoshi FL is up with the 15th pick. I feel like I need one of those sound effects every time a pick lands. But we can only hope and dream. We can only hope and dream, guys. All right. Yoshi FL, spot 15, off the board. Rare Macy Barber, serial number 120. Very nice. We move on to 16, Viceroy Ron. The 16th pick belongs to Viceroy Ron, and Viceroy Ron grabs the rare Ketlin Vieira, headliner, number 115. Very nice. 17 is on the board. Skomasarov is on the board. Skomasarov, I think, was here. No, we went auto pick for Skomasarov. He landed the legendary Ngannou with an auto pick. Crazy. There's a chance he's walking away with 2 Ngannous here, guys. There's a chance Skomasarov via auto pick is going to land Ngannou legendary and Ngannou rare. There you go. Rare Ngannou going to Skomasarov. It's not a bad set of picks to wake up to. Coach S 111. Here we go with the Coach S run. Spot 18 belonging to Coach S as we approach the halfway point. Coach S in the 18 slot is going with auto pick coming in on Coach S. Rare Oezdemir, serial number 15, going to Coach S. Coach S coming back with spot 19, assuming we're going to go with another auto pick. He may end up with a second Oezdemir here. We may see a second Oezdemir going back to Coach S. There we go. The rare Masvidal goes to Coach S. Serial number 138. Love me some Masvidal. Who doesn't? Other than his opponents, of course. Coach S back again. Spot 20, our midway point, folks. We are halfway through the draft. Thank you guys for being so engaged. Thank you guys for firing off your picks. God, it makes these things run so much more smoothly. Coach S at 20 is grabbing Jamal Pogues, serial number 2. And then Coach S coming back in at 21. Crazy run. 4 pick. More than 4 picks in a row because you're going to go back to back to back to back to back to back. Crazy. Rare Bill Algeo. Serial number 20 is going to the spot 21. And then Coach S again at 22. The rare Sumaderji or Sumaderji. Rare Sumaderji. Serial number 98. Coach S again at 23. Coach S at 23. And we're taking the rare Magomed Ankalaev. Take that. Ankalaev going to Coach S. Skomasarov coming in with another auto pick in the 24 slot. Well done, coach. Nice run there. The Oezdemir serial number 33 is going to Skomasarov. We have slot 25 coming up with Viceroy Ron. Viceroy Ron on the clock in the 25 hole. Viceroy Ron in the 25 hole. Grabbing the rare Cal Rosa, serial number 72. Moving on to 26, Yoshi FL. Alex Perez, serial number 115. And moving to 27, Baldwin Rye on the clock. On the clock. Baldwin Rye. So Yoshi FL takes the rare Alex Perez. Baldwin Rye takes the rare Song Yadong, serial number 140. Wealthy Seth on the clock at 28. And Wealthy Seth takes the core Rose Namajunas, the Thug Rose, our only Thug Rose of the night. Of course, in the headliner tier. Of course. Kishmish up. Kishmish 77 is taking the rare Chris Curtis, serial number 153. RVN CLW 88 up in the 30 slot. RVN CLW up in the 30 slot. Grabbing the rare Jack Hermanson in an auto pick, serial number 96. We come back to RVN CLW 88 in the 31 hole. Correction. We are getting a correction from our team on the back end. The auto pick is not Jack Hermanson. The auto pick by default should be Alexander Rakic. Rakic is our auto pick for RVN CLW. We move on to pick 31, and we grab Dominic Cruz, serial number 138. Correction. Let's take it back a step, okay? Alexander Rakic is the 30th pick for RVN CLW. 31st pick for RVN CLW is going to be Verna Jandiroba. All right. RVN CLW takes Rakic and Jandiroba. Thank you, team. Spot 32, Kishmish 77 is on the clock. Spot 32. Jandiroba. Kishmish takes Dominic Cruz, rare Dominic Cruz, serial number 138. I was just looking. Alexander Rakic in that light heavyweight division. He could potentially be a Jamahal Hill contender for the belt. We'll see. Anyways, Wealthy Seth on the clock at 33. He's grabbing the rare Jack Hermanson, serial number 96 that was put back on the board. Wealthy Seth grabbing the Hermanson. We move on to spot 34 with Baldwin Rye. We are now into the core section, folks. Baldwin Rye grabbing the Javid Basharat. Javid Basharat, serial number 86. We move on to spot 35, Yoshi FL. Yoshi FL. You are up. Spot 35. 6 fighters left. Yoshi is taking Jamahal Hill, serial number 475. We move to spot 36, Viceroy Ron. Viceroy Ron in spot 36. Viceroy Ron is taking the Raquel Pennington, serial numbered 85. Core Raquel Pennington. We move on to 37. Skomasarov, who is going to auto pick, and it is going to be an auto pick of Glover Teixeira, the legendary Glover Teixeira. 3 fighters on the board, folks. We are almost there. We are finishing out on the coach train. Here we go. 38 Coach S, 39 Coach S, and 40 Coach S. Let's do it. We've got, does it matter what order we're going in? Daylight? All right. Coach S is taking Holly Holm, Josh Emmett, and Fares Ziam. That is your break, folks. Hopefully you guys found this enjoyable. Hopefully you guys like this format. I think Hit Draft is perfect for Reignmakers. I think this format is really something that's not only entertaining, but gives everybody a shot at big cards. If you bought one spot in the break and you land a legendary card, that's a home run. And if you spread out of several spots, it gives you the ability to really start building a pretty wide collection and take some shots, right? You're taking a shot at potentially landing a Reignmaker or a legendary card, while at the same time, hopefully by going through this draft event, you had the chance to grab some fighters that you really like and want to look forward to competing with this season. Again, the upcoming UFC Fight Night is headlined by Derek Lewis and Sergey Spivak. Make sure you get out there into the secondary market, grab not only your packs, but also your cards to be able to fill lineups for that event and any upcoming UFC event. And continue to remember, guys, that franchise score is so critical. There's $4 million on the table. So make sure you're out there building your collection. It is only going to help you build that franchise score and continue to build your exposure to Reignmakers UFC. Guys, I am your host, Chris Costa. I will be with you for all of these events. Thank you to the Marketplace team and to the Discord team, to Bluebird and Daylight Cat and the rest of the DraftKings Reignmaker squad. Hopefully you guys found this enjoyable. We'll be back soon with more pack break content. Have a great week. Have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of the UFC card coming up.